Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're going to unroll the mat, you could say, and take a closer look at yoga.
Hmm.
Now, I think for a lot of us, when you hear yoga, you picture maybe some impressive stretches, or
Right.
perhaps just, a good workout.
Sir, that's the common image.
But the sources we've looked at, and they come from all over, lots of wellness conversations, some research too, they show something, well, much deeper.
Yeah.
We're not just talking physical postures here.
Yeah.
This deep dive is really about yoga as a, let's say, complete practice.
Right.
It hits the physical, the mental, the emotional.
And even spiritual for some people. Absolutely. The usual idea, it often just scratches the surface flexibility, maybe some strength building.
Right.
But what we've found looking through this stuff is this surprising width of benefits. It goes way beyond what you might first think, impacting your whole well-being in ways that are maybe subtle at first, but quite powerful.
So I can relate, actually. Like a lot of people, my first time on a yoga mat, I was definitely thinking, okay, let's get more flexible. Maybe try some of those, slightly weird-looking poses.
Uh-huh, yeah. The pretzel shapes.
Exactly. You think it's just stretching, basically.
Right.
But then almost right away, you kind of feel, oh, this is more. I really remember during a super stressful time for me, how quickly it just felt so calming.
Mm.
And it wasn't just like my muscles feeling looser, my head felt clearer too,
Mm.
lighter, a real sense of release.
And that's really it, isn't it? That's where the real juice is. Our sources point this out again and again, how yoga works on all these levels at once.
Yeah.
Physically, yes, you get stronger, your posture can improve, you get more flexible, but the mental side, it's almost like pressing a reset button for your mind.
A reset button. I like that.
And it's interesting, there's actually some science backing this up now. Research suggests regular practice can kind of dampen down the activity in your amygdala. That's the fear center in your brain.
Oh,
Yeah, and at the same time, it seems to boost connections in the prefrontal cortex that's more about focus, thinking clearly. So that calm feeling, it's not just in your head, well, is in your head, but neurologically speaking.
okay. Now let's tackle something head on here because I hear this all the time. The idea that, oh, I'm not flexible enough for yoga.
Ah, the classic barrier.
It stops so many people.
Yeah.
But what our sources really drive home is you absolutely do not need to be flexible to start.
Not at all.
Yoga meets you right where you are, like literally on the mat, however you are that day. And the practice itself, over time, that's what creates the flexibility and the calm, too.
Exactly. It's an outcome, not a requirement. You said it perfectly.
It's not like you need to touch your toes on day one.
Definitely not. And a huge part of that whole process, wherever you're starting from, is the breath work. In yoga, it's called pranayama.
Right, pranayama.
And this isn't just, taking a few deep breaths here and there. It's specific techniques, ways of controlling your breath, designed to directly influence your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, to be precise.
So it's quite intentional.
Very. And just doing that for a few minutes, mindful, controlled breathing, it can actually slow your heart rate right down, calm everything, and pretty much shift your whole mood quite quickly. It's a tool you have right there.
That's powerful. Something else that really struck me from our dive was just how many different types of yoga there are.
Oh, yeah. It's not monolithic at all.
You've got hatha, which people often say is good for beginners, maybe a bit slower. Then vinyasa, that's more floaty, dynamic.
Connects breath to movement more intensely.
Right. And yin, which is all about those really long, deep stretches. Kundalini, that involves more chanting energy work.
And that's really just naming a few. Each style kind of offers a different flavor, a different focus. So you can really find something that fits what you need. Maybe you want energy, maybe deep relaxation, maybe something more inward looking.
So there's likely a style for everyone, basically.
Pretty much. And here's maybe the key takeaway, I think. The mindfulness, that awareness of your body and breath that you practice in a yoga session. It doesn't just evaporate when you roll up your mat.
Okay.
Those are skills that bleed over into the rest of your life. It's about being a bit more present when you're stuck in traffic, maybe. Or taking that conscious breath before you fire off an angry email.
Pausing instead of reacting immediately.
Exactly. Or just finding a tiny island of calm in a really hectic day. Yoga teaches you how to carry that reset button feeling with you off the mat.
So wrapping this up then, our deep dive really makes it clear. Yoga is way more than just exercise. It's this multi-layered practice.
Multidimensional.
Yeah. Some pretty profound benefits. And there's science behind a lot of them now that really touch your physical, mental, and emotional state. And it really does meet you where you are, guiding you toward, well, maybe a more balanced place.
Beautifully put. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. If we're saying yoga helps you find that mental reset button, just consider this. What if you started using just a little bit of that mindful breathwork pranayama deliberately in those everyday stressful moments?
Like consciously applying it.
Yeah, before a big presentation maybe, or when you're commuting and feeling frazzled, or even just before you have a difficult chat with someone. How might just a few mindful breaths in those moments, how might that actually change your immediate reaction and maybe even build up your resilience over time? Something to think about.